the train, left my map on the train.
This young man, setting off on a walk he'd never done before, only realised after the train departed that he'd left his map on board. Now I'm setting off for a walk, which wouldn't be terribly demanding if it weren't for the excessive weight of filming equipment I'm carrying on my back. First stopping point will be the bridge which carries the track to Hollin Howe over the railway. Just 5 minutes walk from the Green Station. I'm planning on a stroll up the lower slopes of Fell End, a climb of just over 100 feet, before descending to cross the railway at Fisherground Farm. It's quite a gentle ascent, and I have the route to myself until I arrive at the crossroads where the path from Nether Wasdale and Miterdale Forest crosses my route, and I turn off to descend back to the railway. From here the path is more difficult. Good boots are really needed for this stretch. Along this section I meet an elderly couple who say they're heading for Upper Wasdale, a long way over rough high ground. They don't look as though they're equipped for the journey, nor do they look particularly fit or agile. I hope they'll be okay. Soon I'm at the foot crossing, and it's also a farm crossing for vehicles and animals at Fisherground Farm. Northern Rock, Willenbeck and River Mite are the steam locos operating today. That's River Mite's whistle. Many of the old farm buildings have been converted into private residences, and an idyllic place to live, in good weather at least. They are legally protected so that they cannot be sold off as second homes or holiday lets. Fisher Ground Farm is also a popular campsite, with its own station on Ratty. But it's looking surprisingly unbusy today at the height of the holiday season and in glorious weather. Here I cross over the road which leads up Eskdale and toward the notorious Hard Knot and Rhinos passes. The path continues across a field, leading to a suspension footbridge over the River Esk. Passengers on the Ravenglass and Eskdale Railway catch only the briefest of glimpses of the river, but this walk gives us plenty of time to enjoy it close up, and even to paddle in it if so inclined. Here I must cross over the Ella Beck, which flows down from Stanley Gill Waterfall. Until recently, stepping stones were the only way to cross without getting your feet wet. But now this bridge has been constructed, making life much easier, especially for old greybeards like myself. The path continues until we find ourselves looking across the river at the peaceful little church of St. Catherine, accessed by another set of stepping stones. However, I took this picture in 2019. Here is the same scene today in August 2024. It would take a brave or foolhardy individual to attempt to cross here today. Some serious work is needed before this ancient crossing can be restored to use. Fortunately, just a few hundred yards up the river is the Girder Bridge, an old railway bridge used to carry the track from its present terminus at Dalegarth to the old pits and drift mine. The bridge is now a public footbridge, leading to the path along the old track. From here we can access the lovely old church of St. Catherine. After a long walk on a hot day, it's wonderful to be able to sit and relax in the ancient, cool and peaceful building. A church has stood here since the 6th century. The present building dates from the 14th century. This section of the old railway, closed now for more than a century, and like all abandoned railways overgrown with trees, leads to our final destination of Dalegarth Station, although we must use the nearby roadway, which passes by the old church house, the vicarage presumably in bygone days. Before seeking some refreshment and joining our train for the return journey to Ravenglass, let's have a look at our spectacular surroundings and see just what it is that brings so many thousands of visitors to this not easily accessible part of the world every year. And here comes our transport.
Bye. See you guys. Bye-bye, everybody.
Recognize this crossing? And that's the track to Hollin Howe. There's the young man who lost his map. He seems to have recovered it. The last train of the day, heading for Dalegarth. The first and last trains are diesel hauled each day. Lady Wakefield is providing the traction today. Murthwaite Halt, one of two very isolated stations, although I have twice boarded a train here. And the extraordinary station at the almost as remote Miteside Halt. Although there is a path, an often slippery, muddy path, to get here. The beautifully maintained but sadly disused Muncaster Mill. So, back to our terminus at Ravenglass, where I'll take a brief look at Willenbeck being detached from the train, reversed on the turntable and taken away to be put to bed for the night, and then across to the Ratty Arms for a much-needed meal. Well, breakfast was at 5 a.m. this morning in Scotland, and a couple of drinks. Oh, and following on the disaster of my last visit when my homeward train to Carlisle never arrived, despite being shown as on time, my train tonight ran dead on time, and I was able to get home before I turned into a pumpkin. Hope you enjoyed the walk. You might even try it someday. Thanks for watching, and here's to the next time.